GC Nandi, Triple IT, Allahabad. We welcome you, everybody, and we thank you for your time to join us for this session today. And we also have Mr. Bhupesh Deheria, Managing Trustee of Aegis Knowledge Trust and founder of the Aegis Gamble Awards. We are truly honored to have such a distinguished panel with us, bringing the expertise and insight to today's jury round. Before we begin with the presentations, let me quickly walk you through the scoring portal. So once you log in with your credentials for the portal, this is how it looks. Just let me share my screen. Yeah. So this is how the portal looks. So once you select today's category and date from here, you will see all the companies that would be presenting today. So scoring is now from 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. And there is no save button on the portal over here. Would request you to just punch in your scores and the scores would be auto saved. With that, we are all set to begin with the first
Can
presentation.
we award the score after presentation or immediately after individual presentation?
That's
You
up
have
to you, Professor
individual.
Nandi.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. You can do it after each presentation, or you can really do it after the whole jury finishes. That's up to you.
Yeah. With that, we are all set to begin with the presentations. Our first presentation for today is by Rakuten
Now,
Symphony.
Amod, before that, show that how many companies who all are presenters today.
So the companies that would be presenting today is Rakuten Symphony, then we have HCLTECH, then Aditya Birla Management Corporation Private Limited, then we have Wipro, then we have Infosys, then we have Servicely Technologies Private Limited, and Infosys again. That would be the last presentation for today. So first presentation is from Rakuten Symphony. Just yeah.
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Tapis. Am I audible?
Good morning. Yes.
Hey,
very well.
Bhupesh. Hello, everyone.
Good
Let me
morning. Good morning.
if you can just confirm you're able to see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let me put this slideshow mode. Okay. Good morning, everyone, and hello, jury. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity. My name is Tapis. I represent Rakuten Symphony from Japan office. For this presentation on the GenAI specific part, I would like to introduce the Agent Studio. And specifically, we have been, trying to build this particular product for the telecom transformation on how AI can be induced into the telecom sector. And we being a telecom organization, it becomes obviously a challenge, as well as in order to understand and how AI would be able to give us the right ROI at the end of the day, right? So that is why this innovation on the Gen AI perspective that has been brought into the picture. We have been trying to see that how our telecom interfaces, Rakuten Mobile, Rakuten Symphony, can see a change in the way that how the networks has been built and how we can move from networks to connectivity at the end of the day. So with that, this is my agenda that I would like to present to you all. I would like to give you a quick brief on the Agent Studio, the perspective of why we've been thinking of building it through the Agent Studio kind of a capability, not a product, but a platform. Then why? I think this is one of the key reasons of why we wanted to check of why we have been thinking of this Gen AI capability to be induced into the telecom sector, the common problems that we see on every day, the impact that it can bring in, and the use cases that we have been currently doing with the studio itself. So moving on, I think the biggest nature and the problem statement that we see in everyday ecosystem and specifically into telecom nature is telecom is mostly compared with IT some days, but it is not the truth, right? It is way too much complex, way too much segregated, and been collated and collaborated with multiple vendors, multiple technologies, and multiple domains, right? And bringing the right set of IT, software, AI, or ML, or the ecosystem into the telecom, it becomes a challenge as well. Although there has been a transitioning from 2Gs to 5Gs, and now we all already been working towards the 6G perspective as well. The AI is going to play the most vital role here. So that's why the AI Studio helps you in order to draw. It gives a visual paradigm for the end users to see that how they can drag drop agents, because agents at the end of the day is stateless. But I, being the SME of a telecom network, can use this agent in order to very efficiently into my day-to-day network, whether I'm working in a NOC or a SOC. It helps you in order to build agents. I think that's the core foundation of it, which can lets you integrate with your own data flows, integrity solutions, and so on. It also lets you to define the flows, because in the telecom network, flow means everything. Because at the end of the day, whenever you pick up your cell phone, it doesn't just directly make a call to your end user. It just connects you from different hops to each other, and that's an SME knowledge that bring into the picture as well. So that's where it defines the flows. It gives you a interactive playground as well, where you can validate your flows before going to the production environments, because that's very, very important that these playgrounds are being given to your RF engineers or been given to your end users who've been sitting in the NOC or L1, L2 agents, which can validate their flows before they're rolling out on production. We do not want any hustle directly on the production environment. And it also helps you not to roll out these agents in a safe, controlled manner after the playground approval has been done. And that's the human in the loop capability, that it validates, okay, if all the checks has been done from his side, then we can roll it out. And then integration, I think for the first bit, we have started our integration to our OSS capabilities, which is operating support system, specifically to our monitoring SOC systems and the NOC systems, where we can integrate to our ecosystem directly. And that becomes very, very important to see what information there in the OSs and how it can be processed by the agents. We have our own Rakuten AI gateway. That means we have our own AI models, which has been trained on Japanese context, as well as we have been, opened the product or the platform for the OpenAI Mistral capability as well, so that we can locally deploy these ecosystem into our interfaces. Extensibility, it obviously it lets you create your own components as well, which whether you want to create an observability component or a security component and so on. Moving to the next one, I think these are the common challenges which we see in the telecom every day. Network is certainly complex, right? It doesn't just make a definitive call. There is a lot we do in the background in order to see that. But that's the problem. And with technology, it is, I won't say it is getting simpler, it is even getting more spanned, right? Then there is a data overload. We generate a lot of the data every day, and having or understanding the right data is very, very important. Unsustainable operation expenditure, too much operations, too much components means too much OPEX, which we've been bringing in. Slow innovation in cycles and tel gaps, we certainly see in the telecom sector. And the suboptimal customer experience, right? Because at the end of the day, you need to give the best experience to the end user with respect to your services, capabilities, and at the end of the day, data. The solution, like I mentioned in my previous slide, the intuitive visual programming interface framework for the whole telecom SOC NOC people in order to see. It has been induced with the telecom native component library, so that you can drag drop the components and roll out or ship your agents quickly and in a faster way. A knowledge layer powered by the Rakuten here itself, so that we can train our knowledge graphs directly into the ecosystem and connect to the agent studio in order to roll that solution off. And the standardization, this is very, very important. Rather than the whole company has been building their own agents, it has to be standardized in one single way. The impact which I feel it can bring, or it has been started to, we have started to see this particular impact is that it has enhancing the performance and the reliance in the network, certainly in the area of operations. The time to market to roll out a capability has improved. There has been a new revenue section which we are seeing in our ecosystem for data monetization, because like I mentioned in my problem, we had too much data, right? But now with the capabilities of understanding the data the right way, we have been thinking and seeing the new data revenue streams for us, which is the data monetization stream. And the foremost thing is that everyone wants to do AI now, right? Even an RF engineer to an L1 engineer, everybody has been trying to do, and that's the social or power lift which has been giving to the end users, that even if I do not know how to code, I can still drag drop a component and build my own agents. That's the I would say the good feel factor that it has been offering to the skill workforce, and it is also helping in order to do the skill development. I think let's talk about some problem statement, right? Before data, we always talk about AI, but there is an data before AI, right? At the end of the day, data gives you the value at the right preposition, and this is the three segments which we saw while we work with AI, and we also understand our data, whether we have a data lake, a warehouse, and data marts. So the platform, it's not only restricting you to connect to your data lake or warehouses, but the whether we have learned it the wrong way, right way, but what we have understood is that the better the data structure, the better is the AI, lesser are the hallucination, lesser is the inconsistencies in the replies, and it becomes the charm for the AI to give you the right responses. So that means the customer satisfaction is great. That's why our recommendation from agentic platforms is data mart. When we see from an any journal application component point of view, what you see on the screen right now here at the left side is journal application flow, where you have an application database, your secondary databases, and a warehouse where you've been archiving your data itself. How we as an solution offer this capability at the end of the day is the right hand capability, where you get the companion. The companion is an orchestrator layer which we talk to different agents, where it's your fault management, performance, or any other component, which is again trying to speak to the your LLM agents or LLM models through tools, whether it's a test to SQL tool or a summarization tool and so on. And we have created our own middleware which can either connect to your API, database, or data mart. Moving to the next one, why Agent Studio, right? I talked on my first slide. Standardization is one of the biggest challenge which we see, right? Because that's why we've been thinking it to make it a platform rather than a product. Market demand has been super high in telecom to transform telecom not to be looked at as just a connectivity or a network operator, but as a multi-platform. And the third one is the flexibility of offering that things as network as an API to the end users. Some of the key consideration why we looked into it is while building Agent Studio ethical AI, human in the loop, like I mentioned, right? It is very, very important that human is still in the loop in order to take the right decisions. It explains its own nature of what has to be explained at what statement, and do the self reflection, right data sets. The better is the data, the better are the responses, or the better and the happy the end user is, and the finally is the correctness and the reliability in the replies, where we deploy the system in a shadow mode. It keep on learning from the end user and what the action he is trying to do, and from there we roll it out on the production. And finally, the use cases. These are some of the use cases from intelligent monitoring, anomaly detection, and so on. That's we look into it as the use cases which we have trying to do from the Agent Studio, which we have done so far. That would summarize my presentation for today. I'm open for questions now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ranjan, for the presentation. Very well presented and time as well. Jurors, we are open to questions. Would any of the jury member would like to take the first question?
Uh, Good morning, Ranjanji. I am Professor only. Can I ask a question now?
Yes, please, sir. Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir. Yes, sir.
So basically, what you have proposed here, you will use agentic AI, and you rather design agentic AI, right, for
Uh,
your problem. But
that's
why,
correct.
at the first place, your human is already in the loop, and the problems like data overload and then telecom native components, these can be handled using non-genetic AI, so-called machine learning and deep learning. We can discriminative model we can use, right? So why
Absolutely, sir.
basically because they are available means you have LLMs, you have ChatGPT and kind of thing. You want to use it, or specific reasons are there for your particular application that I would like to know. For example, in banking, right? I have a huge backend where all the data are stored, and in the front end, I can fire query, and I can most of the transaction related work I can do, unless I try to do fraud detection and all that. Also, machine learning can do. There is no need of agentic AI in those applications. Could you please specify concretely,
Sure.
specifically what kind of agent, and you are proposing number of agents to develop, and why at all they are needed?
Sure, Nandi
SQL.
sir. I think that was, I think, bang on. I think you asked the right spot, and that was the right question as well. And I think a lot of our, even our customers ask the same. So there are two specific reasons of we opted to this particular direction in order to build the Agent Studio. The one reason, I think, certainly we do a lot of pre-processing of our data through ML in bit, right? Specifically for your use cases of anomaly detection or classification of the data itself, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I think the like I mentioned in my presentation, the bigger challenge which we had was, although you have a classified information, although you are showcasing some beautiful graphs of anomaly detection, right? But at the end of the day, the L1 agent who's been sitting in order to understand the context of why something has been going wrong in five different application is become challenging for him, right? Which is not giving him the right articulation of what is my source trigger, what has been gone into my second trigger, the third trigger, and the fourth trigger. And that is where these agentic solutions, or I would say the components, has been helping to rewrite the nature of the information to the end user, which has been narrating him that, okay, from the playbooks or the actions which you have performed last time, these are the interfaces which I see. And I can quickly go into your ITSM solutions, fault management solutions, or performance management solutions to quickly retrieve the information. So what we have done, Nandi sir, here is the component or the agent studio offers you the components not only for the gen AI but also for your ML. So for example, you have created a classified classification engine for your anomaly detection, so you can bring this component of your classification directly into the agent studio, connect this ML as an input or a knowledge to your agent to perform in, and then agent can perform the action as tools on different prospects. I'll give you an example here. Let's suppose there is an incident which has been occurred, and that incident requires a historical information on what alarms has been generated previously. But on top of it, it need to check whether there are other alarms associated to the neighboring sites or not, right? And that becomes a very big challenging for us. For example, one cell site is down, but it has impacted the other cell site, right? That is where this agentic platforms is helping us.
I'm a little bit sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt,
Sure,
but
please, Navi sir.
Ranjan, actually, I wanted to know a
Sure.
little bit specific things. For
Yeah.
example, the moment you are uploading those capabilities to an agent,
Hmm.
it can hallucinate. I cannot
It
have
can.
explainable. I cannot have explainable things to decide that why this decision has been taken.
It can.
And as sceptical applications as yours, is it a good idea to hand over the things to agentic AI when I think
Absolutely.
other AI can do that?
Yeah, absolutely. It can hallucinate, and it can give you inconsistent results as well, Nandi sir. That's why in my presentation I'm mentioned, whenever we roll out the agents into our network, they run on a shadow mode. That means they are keep on performing actions, but they do not perform any specific actions which is rolling out on the network. For example, understanding of the information. And that is where, for example, if I'm working on my fault management system, it is giving my input to my agent, which is running on the shadow mode. So just as a shadow mode, he tries to learn, and that is why we are trying to mitigate the hallucinations. At the end of the day, whenever we are talking about Gen AI perspective, hallucinations will be there till the time you are not, having your right parameter set in positions, or
Right,
your
right, right.
consistency is not there. But
That's
so
why
that's why,
if you
absolutely,
can
sir.
handle the issue with explainable AIs, then it is
Correct.
better maybe.
Absolutely.
Yes, okay.
Absolutely. No, I think perfectly, I think spot on the right question. I think, but this is how we have been, tackling this particular problem statement, because data volume is huge, And if you just depend on the agent to directly go and start doing the narration on the telecom network, it's going to be very, very, I would say, not a good thing to do. That's why there is a shadow mode which on which it operates. But thank
Okay,
you so much for your question, Andy, sir.
okay, okay.
So, Ranjan, quickly, so I think that was a good question to get help me clarify, because you talked about a range of things. So again, coming back to the same point particularly, so you are using these agents primarily to navigate through the data and tell you which of these data points are of relevance and helping you with the data engineering process, or more with the AI analytics processes?
More specifically, I think to answer your question, Sakar, thank you so much for your question. To answer your question, the later part, which is more of data analytics, in order to understand how the data is already been in your ecosystem and how these flows, the agentic flows, can help you in order to perform more data analytics and take a better decision making.
Okay, so can you give a like one example of something that you have already implemented at say with a network layer, on the network layer with network data?
Okay, so one of the use cases which we have done is around our fault management and a performance management system. So in our fault management system, we generally take care of all the EMS alerts, or we call it here as alarms. And in the performance, which we take care of the KPIs, right? So all of the data becomes the ingestion engine for these agents to understand, and the agents here are just doing two things at the pace. One is it has been trying to understand the impact of an alarm on a KPI degradation, so that at the end of the day, whenever an IT service management or a service desk ticket gets opened, it also gives an input to the end user or to the L1 agent that I have pre-identified that there is an alarm that has been generated. From that alarm, from the historical trend and the knowledge graph it already has, is that this alarm has triggered three KPIs, which is one related to your core network, other related to your RAN network. And I feel that this particular KPI might drop your traffic on this particular node by 3%. Just an example, right? So these kind of data, I would say, data input gets generated and get registered as a ticket for the L1 agents to look into, and then a playbook can be, triggered by the L1 agents in order to perform on that. So this is one of a very specific
Okay, no,
use case
that's a
that we try to do.
very good use case. If I just go next,
Yes.
so how do you check the veracity of those claims? Because there will be some amount of false alarms. It can range from 10% to maybe more,
Hmm.
depending on how. So the engineers, if they keep getting a lot of false alarm, they will get pissed off. Sorry,
Absolutely.
maybe that's not the right term to use. I think in a public forum, I think, but that's what
Absolutely.
is going to happen. So how do you ensure the veracity and correctness of these agents and their recommendations?
Absolutely. I think, like I mentioned, Avik, during my presentation, right, there are three layers on to which we integrate. As of now, we are
Mm.
only integrating to the third layer, which are the data marts, which is pre-cleaned information, which AI agent is being rendering, taking a decision and operating. So like what you mentioned is that there are obviously false alarm generates every day, right?
Mm.
But for that, we still have our rules, we still have our ML in order to take care of it. So that before that rule itself, runs that deduplication, whether the alarm is duplicate or it has been integrated to your same topology, rather than, just creating multiple alarms, just bring those alarms together. And that's our application logic itself, which is then
Yes.
pre-processed and been offered to the agents to perform on. We are not, overboiling the ocean, just wanted to
Yes,
simplify
yes. No,
at
no,
the end
that's
of the
true.
day. But thank you so much for your question, Avik.
Thank you. That's very helpful. Thank you.
So, Ranjan, I have a quick question. So,
Yes,
are you
please.
adopting a RAG-based approach or a fine-tuning approach for
We are
business
actually
knowledge?
doing, yeah, Bhupesh sir. So we are actually doing both. RAG
Okay.
is specifically for the vendor documentation training. For example, like I mentioned, telecom has Cisco, multiple
No, I
vendors, right?
got it.
Right. So
So
there are
it's
both of
it's a
the approaches.
combination of.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. And
So
any adoption? Which are the customers using your studio currently?
Uh, as of now, we have deployed it for Rakuten Mobile, being our own
Mm.
own private company, own company, and we have been trying to launch this for our extended customers in Germany.
And what kind of performance improvement you have seen or cost reduction?
Mostly we have seen the cost reduction in the knock operations, specifically in the L1 and L2,
Okay. Okay.
which is
Thank
more
you so much.
recursive or more continuous in
Thank
nature.
you so much. Wonderful innovation.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate it.
Rupesh sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Avik. Thank you, Nadi sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Great. Wish you good luck.
Thank you,
Thank
Ranjan,
you so
for
much.
the presentation. We wish you the very best with the results. Uh, Very well presented and answers to the questions of the jury as well. Thank you. Jurors, while you evaluate this innovation from Rakuten Symphony, we can get ready with the next set. The next presentation is from HCLTech, and we have their presenters here. Would request them to turn on their camera and share the screen so we can begin with the presentation.
Hey, thank you everyone. This is Amit Kumar from HCLTech. I'm a principal data scientist within the HCL. I'm with along with the Shayan and Anjani will present the overall solution. I really thanks to give a jury to and basically we honored to join the ABB solution presentation for the GenAI and Agentic AI. Behalf of the SCL, I really thanks to all of you. Right, our solution combine the generative AI with agent-based orchestration to deliver the conceptual intelligence, automation,
So,
and
would
the real
request you
business
to share
intelligence.
your presentation first.
Sure. Just a 1 minute. Shan, can you present the presentation? Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So there is a timer of 10 minutes for the presentation and 10 minutes for the Q&A.
Mhm.
So we can begin with that.
So just a 1 minute. Anjani has also joined. He is our technical architect.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Thanks,
Yes.
Anjani.
Yeah, thank you.
We can
So,
start, Amod. Yeah, just a one
Yeah.
minute,
Let us start with the
Anjani.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do I start with the presentation itself? Yeah.
okay.
Jury, can we go ahead?
Yes, sir. You
Yes,
can go
from
ahead.
our side, from my side
Yeah.
is fine. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. So maybe I will start with the introduction speech, and then I will hand over to the my colleague Anjani and Shahan. They are actually part of the whole solution we have developed. It's a solution name called as a Insight Agentic AI solution. Uh, 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 Myself, Amit Kumar, I'm along with Anjani and Shayan. I really wanted to showcase this solution is a really innovation based, right? Where we are utilizing the generative AI, agentic AI, basically agent based orchestration to deliver the conceptual intelligence automation, which is actually real business impact itself, right? I will request Anjani to take it forward and showcase the presentation with what we have delivered. Anjani, over to you.
Yeah. Good morning, esteemed jury. I'm Manjini, and today I will walk you through to our cutting-edge solution. So let's start with the overview of this solution. Yeah. So our agentic AI solution revolutionizes defect detection by identifying and classifying issues in real time and high precision. It enables natural language for root cause analysis, hence enhancing quality control and drives autonomous workflows. Thus, it is minimizing human intervention. This thing is built on Google Cloud. It's scalable across industries like automotive, aerospace, and electronics. Next slide. Yeah. So our agentic AI solution begins with incoming equipment and machine data that triggers the orchestration agent. So we have 5 agents over here. Visual defect identification uses Gemini Vision Pro in order to analyze images to detect the defects. And IoT anomaly detection monitors sensor data via BigQuery. We have third one, which is root cause agent, which applies on vector search RAG for insights. Then we have dashboard agent, which visualizes different kind of charts and insights. The defect resolution agent connects to the SCADA system for automated control. Next slide. Yeah. If we talk about the market opportunity, through our extensive research across manufacturing sectors, we identified recurring pain with the customers, like manual defect detection, rising production cost, equipment downtime, and supply chain blind spots. So these inefficiencies reveal a clear market opportunity for AI, cloud, and IoT. With predictive maintenance predicted to grow by $10 billion by 2033. So this was the exact time we went in ahead with this solution. Next slide. Yeah. So if we talk about market size and revenue, the predictive maintenance market is accelerating rapidly right now from $2.7 billion in 2024 to $10.8 billion by 2033, driven by a CAGR of 16.3%. But these are just numbers. If we talk about and beyond that, Agentic AI is reshaping the manufacturing by improving product safety, reducing defects. And not just that, we are trying to streamline operations, boost yield, and if we talk environmentally, it is going to cut waste, save energy, and lowers carbon emissions. So this is making factories smarter and greener, right? And thus we are helping in sustainability as well. Next slide. Yeah, for solution effectiveness, our solution delivers measurable impact by transforming manufacturing operations with real-time defect detection. This is, thus we are getting a productive gain by 50%. It optimizes cost by minimizing warranty claims and maintenance overhead. Leveraging agentic AI to proactive detect faults, recommendations. We are getting recommendations for resolutions, and thus we are automating the whole workflow by minimizing the human intervention, right? So it not just that it is doing, it extends equipment lifespan, enhances safety, and enables smarter decisions through real-time data and simulations. It also accelerates digital transformation and adopts to an industry 4.0 adoption, right? So so this is for on this particular slide. We can go ahead with the next slide. Yeah. If we talk about key solution components, our innovation lies in a scalable agentic AI architecture with specialized agent for defect detection, anomaly insights, and resolution. It enables real-time decisions, integrates seamless factory flow to enterprise systems, and minimizes human intervention with flexibility, deployment, and industry-wide applicability. Right? It transforms reactive operations into proactive. We can go ahead with the next slide, sure. Yeah. Now, how we differ from our other competitors or adversaries. So HCLTECH focuses on IFRS, which is industry-focused repeatable solutions and agentic AI-centric workflows. Unlike TCS, which prioritizes a platform-first autonomous IT through Swissnex and Jio. And if we talk about Wipro, which leans on automation and its Google Cloud partnership, and Accenture, which focuses on rapid enterprise agent development via, let's suppose, iRefinery and Distiller. HCLTECH's strength lies in its robust data governance and hyperscaler scalability and fast twitch executions. This is how we are trying to become more mature into the market. So we are getting mature references and a strong industry use portfolio we are able to make. Can we go ahead with the next slide? Yeah. So HCLTECH Insight is a proprietary patentable solution built on unique agentic AI orchestration framework. It seamlessly integrates Vision AI, IoT anomaly detection, and SCADA system to deliver end-to-end defect detection. And not just that, we are having feedback mechanism in order to make this whole agentic AI application more robust, and it improvises going forward. Apart from that, we are having guardrails to ensure that we are not having injections and other vulnerabilities. We are also having evaluation frameworks in order to make sure that whatever data or the inputs or the outputs that we are getting, right, are as per the expectations with the customers. So these all are making it more unique into this whole environment. we can go ahead with the next slides. Sure. Yeah, if we talk about overall benefits, we are getting up to 50% efficiency, and we are reducing costs through predictive maintenance and lower scrap rates by 30 to 50%, and 20 to 30%. And we are doing all this thing in real time. So we are getting real-time defect detection, which improves the product consistency, enhances customer satisfaction, and reducing the warranty claims.
So
The
Anjani,
system supports sustainability. Yeah.
Anjani, I request Shen to showcase demo also because we are time
Okay.
bonded,
Sure.
right? Yeah. Shen, go
So
ahead
we are
and
almost done.
show the demo
Go ahead.
itself, pre-recorded demo. Please go ahead. Yes, go ahead, Shen.
Sorry, I was speaking on mute. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So we have developed a user persona where the user is a shop floor operator, let's say Alex. So he uses the Insight application to improve the production quality. So he inspects the the steel surfaces for defects, and he uses our dashboard. So with Insight, the operator classifies these defects, performs root cause analysis, and finds real-time solutions to keep these operations running smoothly. So in this screen, we can see he logs into the system to check the dashboard for any defect trends. He can check any spikes or any recurring patterns, as these might indicate any underlying issues in the manufacturing process. The operator or Alex, he even receives notification alerts about any new insights, and he can look into the details further. As we can see, this is the notification panel. He can also check the defect trends analytical report that we can see on top of the notifications. So this is the analysis report that comes up, which shows the trend of the temperature, pressure, and RPM. So this report also shows a fault in the machine, which is in the observation section. And there is also a recommendation section, which shows the AI-powered recommendations to fix that particular fault with a certain confidence threshold. So since we already discussed these, I'd like to move ahead. So based on these observations on the report and the analysis of the dashboard, the floor operator can take decisions to apply any corrective measures, such as adjusting the RPM or lowering the pressure. So this approach helps in preventing the defects and increases the overall productivity. So basically, our Insight solution helps manufacturers to reduce the production cost up to 25%, cut the downtime by 50%, and it enhances the overall product quality. So with this, I would like to give to Amit to explain the conclusion and all.
Yeah, thanks, Shen. So team,
Sir, the time is up for the presentation. We have to begin with the Q&A now.
sure, sure.
Jurors, yeah, jurors, we are open to question. Would any of
Okay.
the jury member would like to take
Okay.
the first
Can I
question?
can I ask a quick question?
Yes,
Amitji?
please.
Yeah. Amitji, and your team is nice, actually seeing attractive presentation. But I am actually having some fundamental questions. Say you
Yes,
are talking about manufacturing, where maybe especially electronic parts and some other parts, robotized, flexible automation is there, as you have shown. And for that, we have wonderful vision-based object defect detection techniques are there, right? They are normally working using machine learning techniques. And if you have enormous data, then we can go for CNN model, which will give you good defect detection capability. So I am not understanding why you will go for agentic AI, Gemini, and all kind of thing to have a opaque things. It can say your perfectly defect object as a pass and good object as a defect, because you do not know how the decision are making. Yes, with using RAG you can minimize the possibilities, but the fundamental question remains: why, when the ML based solutions are perfectly available in this particular scenario, in your soft floor automation, why we should go for agentic AI? This is my question is, for example, from Delhi airport, I would like to go to IIT campus. Shall I hire a Boeing 707 or I will hire a taxi? So that was my question. Please, can
Sure,
you please? Yeah.
sure. Thanks, Professor Nandi. So the solution we have built by looking at we are developing the agentic solution. Actually, I totally agree with you. In the past, we have a CNS and good solution based in the market itself. But what we are trying to do, and we have delivered it to many clients. Like we are working for the US Steel, we are working with the ABB. How our solution is working, we are not capturing only the defect detection, right? We are actually utilizing the agentic AI in such a way, what kind of defect is there, we are correlated with the machine also, and then we are providing the our recommendation, right? Based on the historical data, we are providing the recommendation, but we are giving an option to user, right? The site engineers to take a decision also. We have also implemented the SCADA system, which can actually it can also take a self decision itself, but we have put the our human in the loop also, because site engineer definitely take a decision based on the what kind of recommendation it is doing, right? And we are using the Gemini based solution, which is a equally the strong as the CNN based model is it provide, right? So we are getting a different surface, we are doing for the metal steel, right? So we are getting a different category, and current accuracy is around 90 to 95%, right? So which is actually good result, Professor Nandi.
Yeah, but as you rightly said, CNN is also giving you the same kind of accuracy, right? And both of them are huge data hungry. If you do not have, means, if you have data is fine. If you have money, you can hire even Boeing for analogy I am giving from airport to Delhi IIT guest house. But why we should do that when, as you said, CNN is giving equally good result, and everything is data hungry, right? You will have to have data. Do you have that kind of data in your particular shop floor where you are kind of bunch of things you are manufacturing? You are not manufacturing from every product, right? You are electronics or steel or whatever. It is a kind of specialized domain of manufacturing you are doing. So in that
Correct.
perspective, I am not very convinced that how this agentic AI introducing some openness of decision making of the agent itself, how it is going to help you in increasing your productivity and revenue. I am not sure.
So, Anjani, I will request you to again present the screen, and maybe you can take this question. This specialized agent, right, Doctor? Sorry, Professor Nandi. We are actually combined in a such a way you will get the better result. Can you show the Anjani, and can you take a question this itself, right?
Screen, I think Sean is
Shan,
presenting.
please present
I'll share it.
presentation,
But
right?
I would like to answer this,
Please.
Professor. So what is happening with CNN, right? What even I have used CNN, and I have seen, CNN takes a lot of large amount of data in order to do the training and all, right? But if you go with Gemini, and this was something very, I mean, astounding to us as well. It trains itself in order to distinguish, especially in classification. Trains itself on a very less number of data sets, right? And that makes it very easy to retrain it again and again with a feedback loop. So we also have the feedback loop if anything goes wrong or some kind of new data is coming, right? And we have very less data itself. We can start the training, so it doesn't have have to wait for a long run up for a warm up. So it starts with a very low amount of data, and it starts training that as well. So this whole cycle that we have made with agentic AI in order to improvise this whole cycle of learning, relearning, right, gets very easy. And Gemini, especially GCP's framework and all those infrastructure helps it in order to scale as well. So this has helped us, to achieve all this task in this way.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Okay.
Amitji, this is a wonderful solution. I think audacious initiative for like moving towards Industry 5.0, automating everything. I have two fundamental questions which Professor Nandi has also highlighted, building on that. Like since you're integrating with SCADA, right? So while it is ambitious stuff, right? What is the ground results? How many false positive you have seen in any of the live deployment? Because if agents really mess up and it really takes the control, it can really shut down the running production line, which can create a chaos.
Thanks, Bhupesh. Again, the same architecture I would like to discuss with all of you. If you see, we are giving an option to the site engineer to take a recommendation and apply, right? In the
Okay.
future also, the same thing like we have integrating with the SCADA, it doesn't mean
No,
we will
understood. So
not put the,
you're not directly giving the
yeah.
right
So
to agent to really stop or take
I
any action. Just
exactly. So
recommend actions. Okay,
yeah. So
fair
what
enough.
we are doing,
The
we
second,
are
no, I got
creating
it.
the, yeah.
Got it.
Please, yeah.
Got it.
Please,
The second
please.
question I have, you said that this is a patentable. So have you filed the patent? Because you are using a lot of API from the Google. So I want to really ask you, where is the innovation since this is an innovation award? Of
I
course,
will
there is
definitely.
an innovation. Please highlight very in simple, plain word in 2 or 3 points. Very briefly
I
in
will
30 seconds.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. So this solution we have presented in the Google Next this year, right? And because we are utilizing the Google MDE, which is a manufacturing data engine, right? So how it would be patentable? Because we are creating our solution in a such a way. If you see the prompt injection, right? We are our design our solution in a such a way no one can actually do
No,
the
have you
prompt
filed the
injection
patent?
itself.
Have you filed the patent?
We are in the process of the
Okay.
filing the
Thank you.
patent, Bhupesh.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
yeah,
Yeah. So hi. Yeah. Can I ask some question? Yeah.
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 Please
Thank you.
ask it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the presentation. So as a follow-up question about the innovations. So in your agentic framework, is it a multi-system, as I understand correctly, or it is single agent system?
It's a multi-agent.
Multi-agents. And how the agents are, let's say, interacting with each other? What kind of techniques you are using?
Yeah. So Anjani, can you take it as a Google ADK or the GCP? How
Yeah.
we are doing? Yeah.
So Google has come up with this framework, which was released last April itself, March April, and this is known as ADK, and what it uses internally. So right now it uses a lot of memories, short memory, long term memory, and all right. So we are using context, right? So each and every agent creates a context. A user can create its own custom context, and if there is a need, these contexts can be traversed from one agent to another agent in order to have the relevant context to go further and do the tasks with useful or I guess relevant
Okay.
information
So you
which
are
was
existing
passed
some
from.
you are using some existing framework for that, right?
Exactly, which is
So
known
yeah.
as Agent Development Kit, and this is open sourced, provided by Google.
Yeah. So one more question that then let's say that if one agent, how do you evaluate each of these agents? Is it a kind of
Yeah.
automatic evaluations as a kind of LLM as a judge kind of techniques or evaluating them manually?
Correct.
And if one agent, let's say, is not performing as per the expectations, it might impact the performance of the other agent. So
Correct.
how are you
Yeah.
managing those things? Yeah.
So we are utilizing different kind of evaluation techniques here. So let's suppose if you talk about one of the agents, right, which is the first agent, which analyzes images, right? There we have an evaluation framework, which is a very simple evaluation framework we had been doing because this is image analysis. So we are going with different kind of metrics such as accuracy, precision, recall, and all right. So we are making sure that everything works fine there. As Amit also told, right now we are having a good accuracy of 90 to 95% over there. But in the lower agents where there are certain textual information that is coming out going in and out of the agents. So we are using. So let's suppose I'll talk about one of that which is providing the recommendations or resolutions, right? So this particular agent is actually based on a vector search, which is actually using some kind of a RAG database under the hood, right? So what we are doing, so GCP also provides evaluation framework of its own, right? So what it is doing, it is so we have identified further few metrics such as point-wise metrics, computation-based metrics such as ROWS, Blue Score, so that we are utilizing, and along with that, in point-wise, we are having coherence, accuracy, usefulness, all these parameters which are lying from 1 to 5, and based on that, so we had a threshold of above 3, and we are getting 3.5 plus 4,
So
3.5.
that you are doing by human expert, right? That is what you are doing.
Exactly. So we are having references. Based on that, we are matching that with the expected output.
Yeah. Domain expert, right? References by the domain expert. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Team
Thank you so much,
HCL,
sir.
thank you for the presentation and very well answered to the questions of the jury as well. Jurors, while you evaluate this innovation from HCL Tech, we can get ready with the next set.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Team
much.
HCL.